My little pony, my little pony.
Welcome to Bronyville. This is episode 22, recorded on September 17th, 2011. I am your host, Chef Sandy. And Apple Cider is indisposed this weekend, so it's just me and my wonderful guests. Why don't you introduce yourselves?
Sorry, I kind of talked over you there. I'm Ted Anderson. I'm the head scriptwriter on the Fiends From Dream Valley fan game. I'm also, if anyone listens to the NPR show Wait, Don't Tell Me, the one with Bill Clinton and bronies and all that stuff, I was the brony on that, so you might recognize my voice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm PB and Flash. I'm the animator and kind of just general guy working on the game.
Producer, please.
Producer.
There you go.
Yeah, give yourself a very important sounding title, because you're obviously doing a lot of the project. So
I'm the executive producer.
Ah, even better. That's something you can put on a resume.
Executive. Ooh. That means he gets a desk.
We have our 4 questions that we ask every guest at the start of the show. So, who is Joel's favorite character? Tim.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I Rarity. Rarity is hands down the best pony.
Really? Thank you so much. I was so worried about saying that because I feel the exact same way. I am a hardcore Rarity favorite.
Well, there you go. Because, see, y'all are amongst the minority, but the people that are Rarity fans are always very hardcore, and they're glad to hear other people like it.
Yeah.
What was your favorite episode from season 1?
Suited for Success. Just because it's a Rarity-centric episode, and it has one of my favorite songs, and it's one of those. There was that interview with Lauren on Equestria Daily where she said that one of the things about the show is it was very hard to introduce sort of actual conflict into the show just to get it past the network censors. And this is one of those episodes where it was a really good conflict that didn't really have. None of the characters were trying to hurt each other. You know, it was an unintentional conflict. Every character had the best of intentions, but it still ended up being a conflicting situation. And so I liked that setup, and I liked how well it was done.
God, Party of One has to be one of the greatest episodes ever.
It really is. I mean, even if you don't like Pinky, it's a great character episode.
That's the thing. Sometimes I mean, Pinkie Pie and Applejack kind of go back and forth with being my least favorite ponies, except for the episodes where they're the major characters, because there they get to do a little bit more than they usually do. Because usually Pinkie is kind of like, oh, hi, I'm doing wacky stuff in the background, and Applejack's always, oh, I'm saying sensible things. But in the episodes where they're actually like the major character, then they get to shine a little bit more and show some more interesting sides of their personalities. So,
and Gummy is the best pony pet there is.
Oh, I don't know.
Gummy's classy cola.
Gummy is pretty classy.
No.
We're not counting Spike? All right, okay.
No, Spike can talk.
So, that's... All right, okay. So, I don't know. I still want to see Applejack's dog come back. I forget even her name, but...
No.
But no, that's right. All right.
It's a very country name. So, and then the last 2 questions. Why do you like the show so much, and what do you think... have others think of you liking it?
Patrick, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go ahead. Geez. I'm kind of an animator, so I really got into the animation quality of the show. I mean, if you look at the show, you can notice the quality of the animation fluctuating between the different studios they put it in, because it's so high quality. You can almost get a feel of, who did what in any particular scene. That is, with the exception of the final episode of season 1, which was Best Night Ever, which had just awful design. Anyways, yeah, a lot of my friends I kind of was really assertive about, because I was in some dorms at the time, and you really can't hide anything there for long. So I whenever they would bring up True Blood or something, I would always say, My Little Pony's better. My Little Pony's, yeah. Jeez.
It's hard to put into words. I mean, okay, for starters, what others think of it, I can answer that one quick. I'm pretty well known as a brony. People who are at work know that I'm a brony. Most of my friends know I'm a brony, and it's, people accept it as just another weird thing I'm into. I've been into a lot of weird stuff, and generally people trust my opinions by this point. At least if my friends do. Well, they'll think, oh, well, if Ted likes it, I guess it's okay. Probably. Why I love the show, I mean, this is one of the things that I've been trying to put into words for so long, and like the sincerity of it. The fact that it is exactly what it is trying to be. It is a show about the magic of friendship. And it's not trying to sell you anything. I mean, yes, there's toys, but for once, like, the toys aren't the driving force of the show. And it's not trying to be cynical and sarcastic and kind of sell to Generation X by being all, oh, yeah, ponies are real cool, yeah. It honestly just genuinely is about 6 ponies and their magical friendship adventures. And, like, how can you hate that? It is just so happy and sparkly and magical. And, you know, if you don't like it, I'm just saying, you're a bad person.
Yeah, well.
Okay, maybe not that far, but again, it's just there's no irony to it. There's no sarcasm to it. There's no cynicism to it.
It's a very sincere show.
Yeah, sincere, exactly. I mean, it is. That's what it's. Yeah. That's the best way to put it.
Fantastic. All right, so we're just gonna skip right ahead into our email segment. We're gonna blow through these, hit our news segment, then we'll really get into the meat of this episode, which is our interview with you and talking about your project. But first, I'll start out. Dear Apple Cider, Chef Sandy, and guests, I watched your entire podcast and it was awesome. Sibsy and Raven's interview was the best, but Magneto was the funniest thing I've seen in years. You ponies are the best, and I hope you're going to be around for years to come. And by the way, Applejack is the best pony. I've had a few Applebuck days myself. She has not had her episode yet, but I don't think she needs one. She's already proven she is the best pony. She's always there for her friends no matter what. Sincerely, Alan. I also included a picture of Applejack dressed as a fireman from 9/11, which didn't get included in the doc. So, somebody think Applejack's the best pony.
I thought Applejack did have an episode.
Well, she had Applebuck season, and then there's the sleepover where she kind of shares it with Rarity, and...
Well, I think in a sense they mean that they haven't had an episode that really highlighted the character and her motivations, because in Applebuck season, she was just being prideful and hard-headed.
And crazy.
And not really demonstrating the fullness of her character. So I think that's probably what they meant.
Yeah, and even the other episodes, I mean, the sleepover or fall weather friends, I mean, she's sharing it with another pony, and it's more about their relationship. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't really think there's been, like, the definitive Applejack episode. I mean, Rarity, of course, has Suited for Success, and Pinkie Pie had Party of One, and all those other ones. But, yeah, Applejack, I don't know. I feel like she's going to come into her own in season 2. I really hope so, anyway.
Here's hoping.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
All right, well, if you want to hit the next email there, Tim.
All right. Ted, please.
Ted. Sorry.
Dear Apple Cider, Chef Sandy, and esteemed guests, I have to say I love your podcast. Every time a new episode comes out, it is the highlight of my day. But confound you ponies for getting me into fan fiction. I had been apprehensive about it since all I had really heard about before your show were mostly shipping fics, sad fics, and horror tales about cupcakes. None of which were really my thing. Alas, after listening to all the recommendations that you guys have been giving along with all the other bronies out there, I decided to go look for one myself and give it a chance. It had to be one starring the best pony, that being Pinkie Pie, of course. Using the helpful tags at Equestria Daily, I ended up reading a fic called Sweet Apple Capers by the RP Genius, and my God, was it good. There was such good characterization. It actually felt like I was reading a lost episode from the show. I didn't know that fanfics could be that good. It was such an eye-opening experience. I mean, I couldn't believe what I had been missing. So yeah, now I'm hooked, and there's no turning back. I just wanted to thank you guys for helping open up my eyes to all the wonderful fan fiction that is out there and helping me to see that there is so much more out there than just cupcakes and sad fics. There are so many really talented writers in this community that there's pretty much a fic available for you no matter what your tastes are. I hope any other bronies out there won't be as closed-minded as I had been at first and take the plunge and go out there and read something. They might end up just as surprised as I was. And then, suppose I also ask you guys a question or two. Number one, if the Hasbro marketing fairy appeared before you and let you release one pony-related item of your choice, what would it be? Would it be something like Pinkie Pie sweets, show-accurate Celestia toys, MLP Extended Edition official soundtrack/score, Blu-ray DVD release of Season 1 with loads of extra? That's got my butt, by the way. I'm interested in what you guys would love to see the most if you could choose anything. And then there's another question. Do you want to answer the first question first, or
So the first question,
Yeah.
personally, I want a DVD season 1 with a bunch of extras.
Oh yeah.
That would get my money so fast.
But what about like just merchandise though? If it had to be something,
I would like some little, maquette size pony statues. You have like the little magical girl statues. They're the big cliche
Oh, yeah.
for anime fans. Let's get some of those for ponies. They're high quality and,
posable,
yeah.
different hooves for holding different things. No, wait. No, I get your point. I wouldn't mind either a pony watch or pony sneakers, I think. In adult men's sizes, of course, I mean.
Best of luck with that.
Yeah.
I want to see some of the themes. The bad guys from the show. I think the bad guys would be excellent toys that just no one, they're just as much characters. It's just that I suppose they don't think that girls want to play with the bad guys.
Man, I want to have a Nightmare Moon toy. Come on.
And you got Nightmare Moon or
Trixie?
the Diamond Dogs.
Diamond Dogs. Diamond Dogs, that would be great. Like little Diamond Dogs, they have like the whole action figures setup where they have like the cave scene, like a little show accurate rarity.
A little cart that you can put onto ponies.
Oh, that would be great. And then the other question. Oh, sorry. Did you?
I was going to say you could have a little rarity that you pull a string and it whines.
And it will, this is what whining sounds like. And okay, so the other question our writer has: out of all the fanfics you've read, which is your personal favorite as of right now? I'm going to go quick so I can only take a second. Here's the thing: I haven't read any fanfic. Zero.
Oh.
I know. Like, I'm not even sure I can call myself a brony if I haven't actually read any fanfic. Okay, that's not true. I did read Spiders', but that was it. And that just barely qualifies.
Yeah.
But no, I'm kind of weird in this sense. I really don't like it. It's not that I don't like fanfic. It's not something I'm interested in because what I'm interested in is what comes from the original creators, because it's their baby, it's their pony baby, and it's their, they know what they want to do with it. And so I just kind of, it's almost like I don't trust anyone else with it. I can't really say. And I know that's kind of
is kind of hypocritical.
It's extremely hypocritical considering I'm writing a pony fan game. I'm going to be totally honest with that too. And I want to make a distinction though. I should point out I didn't write the original story. That was by a fellow named Rowan Divey, or that's at least the name he goes by on Skype, who is unfortunately not able to make it. But he came up with the original story. I'm just doing the script. I think that makes a difference, but I'm not sure how much.
Difference by degrees, but
I can rationalize it away, is what I'm saying. So it's extremely hypocritical. I know. I honestly, I have no excuse for myself, but it just doesn't interest me for some reason. So, but you guys, yeah. So what are your guys' favorites?
Mine right now, I have to say, is The Mines of Dragon Mountain. It's a Doctor Who's fic with basically it's Doctor Who with ponies, and it's good.
I really enjoyed the sad fic. Did you read Bubbles?
Yes.
The one about Derpy Hooves God, that one was really depressing and really well written.
Yeah, she had such a rough go of it. Oh my.
I'm sorry.
This might be our project leader calling in.
Oh.
No, I don't think so. Let's see, is she on?
Well,
no, that's it. Anyway, sorry. Oh, so to end the email out, keep up the awesome job, Pinkie Pie fan, Brony Dust. P.S. Gave you guys a 5-star written review over on iTunes. You guys really deserve it, and I hope all the other bronies out there do the same. Keep up the awesome work. That's nice.
Yep. We really appreciate our reviews on iTunes. They certainly push us up the chart and get us noticed by more people.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy because like last month we broke 22,000 downloads for the month, and I checked yesterday. Halfway through the month, we're already right up there. So we are destroying our bandwidth. It's crazy. Cool. So, dear Chef Sandy, Apple Cider, and whomever may be the guest, when I heard my screen name on air last week, I practically belted out the loudest cheer I have with a little yay. I immediately stopped what I was doing and said, "You're more than welcome." I got excited about hearing my name on the interwebs, and if it is an insult in my direction. even if it is an insult in my direction. Okay. Yeah. Who's awesome? You're awesome. Question time? Well, Matt, when Season 2 comes out, what will you do? Personally, I've been preparing my body ever since I heard rumors, and if anybody is wondering, nobody's body will be ready for, if I may quote my friend, to epicness that is Season 2. Once again, thanks for the shout-out. Keep up the awesome broadcast. Devil horns for the end. Your faithful listener, Speedrun/Murloc. It's pronounced Mur as in murky, lore hard K. Murlork?
Murlork.
Okie dokie. Don't forget Chef Rainbow Dash Best Pony. Don't let the others fracture your resolve. What I did for Season 2, I went to bed early and woke up at a reasonable hour and watched with my pajamas and a bowl of cereal. It was like Saturday morning back in the day all over again.
Was it chocolate frosted sugar bombs?
Unfortunately, no. It was responsible stuff like Kashi Golane.
Oh, yeah. Boring Firebase cereal.
Adult cereal. I should have gone to Target and just bought like a small box of like Fruity Pebbles.
Ooh, man.
Just for Pony.
just for Oh, Pony cereal. That's what I want. Ooh. A Pony cereal. Oh man, of course. I can't believe I didn't get that. Yeah. What did I do for Season 2? I woke up half an hour earlier than usual because I had a 4-hour gig at the library, and I went there and worked. So while all of you were watching a children's show, I was actually helping children find books. How does that make you feel?
You're a credit to society.
I really am. And I'll have you know, I mean, this is something I want to point out. I am a children's librarian, and I have plans not only to get the DVD set when it comes out, because of course I'm going to get the DVD set when it comes out for the library, but I already have the 2012 calendar ready to hang up in the children's room when it's 2012.
Very nice. See, you should get one of those... the Equestria election read.
Oh, that's on my list of things to do. I got to find a Kinko's that can print it out nice and big and like laminate it. I still need to get my act together and get that, because I want one of those. I definitely want one of those in the library. And my boss is giving me the go ahead. I just got to find a Kinko's.
There you go.
Yeah. So, Patrick, what'd you do for Season 2?
Oh, I've been too busy, but the only thing I did was I explicitly did not watch the live stream. I waited for the HD upload to YouTube. I can low
understand.
quality, it just irks me.
But you missed out on all the amazing commercials.
No, it was that one HD upload with the commercials intact. You ever see a caterpillar turn to a real live butterfly? Yeah.
I love that commercial. I want to get one of those things.
The ones on today's stream were like pajama jeans and the Scrabble game night, and the answer was like churros, and every time they scream it out, churros, and the chat would just light up with everybody going, churros. There really is something to be said about watching it in a stream with people, but I can totally understand why the low stream would bug you, because you kind of have to give it the quality to experience it with other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to check out those live streams sometime.
That'll be next week for me.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, just a couple more emails.
Okay. Hey, guys, just a quick note to say, hey, love the podcast. Really awesome that there are bronies all over the world that listen to you guys. I'm a lonely brony girl. Girls watch My Little Pony?
Oh, my gosh.
Kidding. My mates would rip the piss out of me for liking MLP. So sad. Oh, I'm sorry. My mates would rip the piss out of me for liking MLP. And that's Australian. I can't do it.
It's UK, yeah.
Yeah. Anywho, keep up the good work and roll on Season 2. R.I. Pixie Fantastic, UK.
Huh. Women watch My Little Pony.
I know. Who could have guessed?
What a strange idea.
I gotta say, I do kind of feel bad that the accepted name for this group is Bronies, because just the name of it kind of automatically excludes all those who are adult females who watch the show. And I'm sure there are just as many of them as guys. But, I don't know.
It is a hotly contested word.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it gender neutral? Is it masculine only? Are there Pegasisters? I don't know.
I haven't heard that one. I like that.
Yeah.
Pegasisters. Huh. I mean, I was hearing like Phillies or I don't even remember what other were being thrown around, but I like Pegasisters. That's good.
Yeah. Somebody came up with that a while back, and it gets thrown around very rarely. All right. Dear Bronyville cast, first off, I want to say your podcast is awesome. It's the first audio-only podcast I could really get into and enjoy. I started listening to it about a week and a half ago, and I'm now all caught up, currently listening to episode 21. You make the show interesting, and it's always fun to listen to hear the guests you have on and hear what's going on in the community. Secondly, Rainbow Dash is the best pony. See, everybody has to write in and let us know. Thirdly, Winter Wrap-Up is the best episode. The music number is amazing, and I've used that episode to get several people hooked on the show. I know for a fact that I had that song stuck in my head for like 3 weeks after I saw it.
I gotta say, I really, really love the song in Cider for Success, but Winter Wrap-Up is a very close second. Like, that is one of the... I mean, it's such a toss-up for me. But the music is phenomenal in Winter Wrap-Up, just because it has so much more of the main cast. It's all great, is what I'm trying to say.
It's Twilight being socially awkward and a doofus.
It is, but what I also like is that it's not like making fun of her for being like all egg-headed and book learning. It's just that she kind of has to find how best to use her egg-headedness and book learning. Yeah. You know, it's not telling the viewers like, you know, oh, if you're too smart, you can't help out. It's like you got to find the best way to use that smartness, you know? So, I love that episode, too.
Fourthly, I want to get into the main reason I'm emailing you, to share the story about how I got into the series. I've seen several references to it over the internet for the last several months, and I've had several people recommend it to me and downloaded the episodes, but never actually got around to watching it. In the middle of August, I lost a beloved pet that I had for more than half my life to kidney failure. It happened really fast and had to hold her as I let her go that final time. I was totally destroyed that day and nothing was giving me joy. I could barely eat for days and I was plunging into depression very badly. To top it all off, it was the busiest time of the year where I work, so I was completely burned out. Then one day, I decided to finally sit and watch My Little Pony Friendship's Magic to try and find something to boost my mood. By the end of the second episode, the only thing I could post online was, "Why is this so good? This shouldn't be this good." I was hooked immediately, being a big Foster's fan beforehand, and began to start to absorb myself in the series. My mood is lifted, and I'm back to normal with just a little more pony addiction than before. Since I started watching the series less than a month ago, I've gotten 6 coworkers and several other friends hooked on the series with still more to come. I look forward to the all-day event tomorrow. Noval.
Oh, I'm really happy to hear that.
Emails from the past.
But I really, it really is heartwarming to hear these people who, you know, a show that this genuinely happy. I mean, this is what we were talking about. That it really is. It's sincere and it's joy. I love that it really, you know, lifted this person's mood. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really hard to stay mad at My Little Pony. She's like, oh, ponies.
Well, it's also something you can just sit down and watch an episode after a rough day and feel better afterwards. It's like, yeah. It's like today has kind of sucked, but I'm going to watch Sonic Rainbow and everything will be better.
Oh, I love Sonic Rainbow. It's got my favorite Fluttershy line of all time. it's where she says how assertive she is, but I can't do the line, so I'm not going to even try. I don't know. I always find that hilarious. Yes. Anyway, it really is heartwarming, though. I love that this show has done so much for so many people.
All right. Last email.
That's me. Hey, every pony. First, I just want to thank you all for the Happy New Season Marathon. It was really fun, and you all did a fantastic job. That last part with Magneto, I've never laughed as hard as I did there. Thank you so much. I can't help but laugh every time I see the Magneto, especially the one in your banner. I do hope you plan to do another live stream soon.
Yes.
Secondly, I also want to say thank you for the podcast. I can't help but drop what I'm doing every time I see an update pop up to listen. You guys are entertaining and do a great job keeping the different parts of the community in touch. I found such great music and fanfics through you guys. Lastly, I'd just like to ask 2 things. Forgive me if I've already answered this one before. I'm still going through all the podcasts. But do you guys do any art yourselves? I was just curious if you guys have any doodles lying around that you'd like to share.
They're doodles. They're not very good, and I'm not going to post them to DeviantArt. Sorry.
What about co-host?
I don't think he draws. We're pretty much podcasters. That's our primary contribution.
Oh yeah, Patrick, I know you doodle. No, I'm just kidding. Of course you do.
Yeah, I draw for the show. I actually don't draw very well, but I animate. Yeah.
Okay, and then what was your favorite?
Hey, what about you?
Oh, no, me? No, actually. Pray not. I just write the ponies, and only for the game. And I know I have to close my eyes while I'm doing it. Otherwise, I see myself writing what's essentially fanfic, and realize that I've become what I hate. And no, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so second question: what was your favorite interview and favorite part from the live stream? I really enjoyed the interview with Sibsy and Raven. Really calmed my fears for season 2. And my favorite part must have been all the times Apple Cider sang. It brought a smile to my face every time, or tears, as was the case with Magneto. So, favorite interview?
I'm going to say that really was Sibsy and Raven, and but also Dennis, Rocco, 2 hours before them. They were both really good interviews. Rocco is really entertaining, and he has an amazing accent. And so he actually had to say, "Get to the chopper," and just everybody blew up laughing. It was great. But Sibsy and Raven, they're great, and I mean they're currently working on the show, so they really helped get people pumped. Yeah.
I love how much the actual creators have to what lengths they've gone to communicate with the fandom. I mean, that's just phenomenal. Seeing that the Equestria Daily got the interviews with Jason and with Lauren.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
cool. They got them before we did. So jelly.
Well, but, if they got them, you can get them too, Frank.
Yep.
Anyway, so keep up the amazing work you guys do. Nazo. P.S. I'm sorry for this, Chef Sandy, but Twilight Sparkle was the best pony. Rainbow Dash is still awesome, though.
Okay. Well, so that's about it for emails, and we have another person coming in the line.
Oh, yeah, perfect timing. We have just had... Yep.
Yeah, time. Is your microphone working?
Yes, it is.
Yay, we have another person.
She's really quiet. Are we...
Yeah, if she could somehow maybe up her input volume.
Something?
Yell at your computer.
Pretend it's wrong to you.
Yes. Going on to the news, we're just going to run down the news as well because, this is stuff people have probably seen.
Oh, yeah.
And there's really not been a lot of news this week as opposed, because it's all... Well, first of all, Scootaloo is the best pony. I've been bribed to say this. And you know what? I take bribes.
I gotta say, as much as I dislike the Crusaders as a group, I think that the individual Crusader characters are all pretty cool. And seeing that moment where Scootaloo is on the scooter and just doing those amazing tricks and does the slow motion jump over the branch, that's pretty awesome. I gotta say.
She knows how to use those little chicken wings.
Those little stubby pony legs. She was awesome. Anyway.
And then of course the amazing interviews with Jason and Lauren. I mean, these are really quite the coup because, how often have you ever heard of a cartoons director and original creator just sat down and talked with a fan site? This is part of what makes the whole Brony thing so awesome, is that the people involved in the show, like we were saying a second ago, are involved with the community, or at least paying attention to hey, this huge peripheral demographic has just showed up. Let's talk to them. So the interview with Jason was done really well by Tech and Fee. Props to you guys. And the interview with Lawrence, Tech's fantastic. Go check it out. They're linked in the show. Let's see, the guy with the glasses. Another internet thing who does the nostalgia critic and stuff. He has declared that Twilight is the best pony. So we have more people declaring
love for Twilight. I gotta say,
someone else. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I gotta say, first of all, I almost certainly identify most of the Twilight Sparkle, but just in terms of which character is my favorite, I love Rarity. And besides, it's not as if I, outright dislike any of the characters. They're all fantastic characters. Absolutely. It's just that, I'm sorry, Rarity's clearly my favorite. But
it's on a scale from... It's on a scale from liked to liked most.
Exactly, yeah. There's no, bad... There's no bad measurements on that scale.
Yes. Also...
speaking of that guy with glasses, didn't someone else on that network... do a big 20-minute episode about ponies?
They did it for the G1 and G2 ponies, and I don't think they touched the G3 or 3.5. But they haven't done anything for the current iteration of ponies except for him most recently declaring that Twilight was the best.
Shame on you guys.
I fully expect that they'll be doing a old versus new soon enough. Let's see. Also going on, we have two quick things. 20th anniversary of Estonia joining the United Nations. That's kind of cool.
That's neat.
I don't know who added that one.
Well, Estonia kind of sounds like Equestria, so
Yeah.
The first time I looked at that on this document right here, I was thinking, wait a minute, Equestria? What? I didn't know it's a real country.
So the last two bits I've got for the news this week is that Wired, of all places, actually noted, hey, Pony's coming back. And I actually think that it does prove that Pony is getting really out there and noticed that when a place like Wired, it's like Wired is tech and nerd and, hip and cool, and ponies are coming back. Yeah.
Well, they like to stay on the cutting edge, in the zeitgeist or whatever.
Yes.
So, didn't they have an article about bronies kind of way back when, a few months ago? They
did a while back. It was pretty good. The poor guy that was like the focus of the article got really torn up though, because he was not your I guess ideal specimen of humanity, and I'm gonna say that I'm no ideal specimen either. So I felt bad that he got so torn up, but it was a good article nonetheless.
Oh yeah,
just the internet is full of apparently amazingly beautiful people. And the last bit of news is that BronyCon is going to be happening next weekend. Oh my goodness. Purple Tinker, she is the queen bee of all meetups. She has Jason and Seth from Equestria Daily. And you've got the Rambodash.net founder Cabal, Egophiliac, the pony artist extraordinaire, and a pony metal band called Nayslayer.
Oh, best name ever.
Yeah, I've got to look these guys up and hear some of their music. BronyCon is held every 3 months in New York, and Purple Tinker has a great thing going. Registration is still open. I mean, if you're in the New York area, it's in New York. I'm in Texas. I'd love to go, but I'm in Texas.
Hey, I'm in Omaha. I'm really way out there.
Yeah.
I don't even know where Omaha is.
I still barely do. It's kind of in the center. It's in Nebraska, so.
Yeah, it gets kind of flat. You kind of all blurs together after a while.
It's flyover country, let's be honest. Anyway.
All right. So the the next segment we go to is our books, which is our fanfic suggestions of the week. And mine for this week is, again, like I mentioned earlier, The Mines of Dragon Mountain. I'm pretty impressed with the story. I'm enjoying it. It's a good adventure story and features the Doctor. And considering I'm a big, huge Doctor Who fan, it's two flavors that go great together. That is by Hephaestus and is linked off the show notes.
Mm-hmm. And we already said that I don't read fanfic, which makes me an enormous hypocrite. So
yes.
And Time Soda came in, but
yeah,
I don't believe she
read any fanfic past Cupcake. I read that one.
Yes.
I haven't even read Cupcakes, but I know I don't want to.
Yeah, it's a story that is just bad.
It's just there to shock. Is what you read it in an airplane. Oh, ugh. I hope you had your air sickness bag ready.
There's some Tumblr based off that, like Ask Pinkamena Diane Pie.
Yeah, it's
actually
it's pretty bad.
Yeah. I'm going to say Antipodes. I really haven't read as much fan fiction as I probably should, but I've been a few chapters into that, and it's looking good.
Yeah. We've actually had him on the show, the author PK.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we've had him on the show here a few weeks back, and it was a good interview. So that about wraps it up for that. And now we go into the topic time.
Yes.
I hear there's this project called the Fiends from Dream Valley. I think you gentlemen and lady might know a little bit about it. So, what is the Fiends from Dream Valley project?
Patrick, would you like to start this one off?
Yeah, I'll kick this off. It started out as a kind of idea that Time Soda had a while back. Refresh my memory. You were on 4chan or something,
I was on
and
4chan, and I saw what looked to be a Derpy Hooves fighting game, and it turned out to be a troll. It was just a drawing. And I found out there were no My Little Pony Friendship is Magic games out there. So I thought, well, with my knowledge of Flash, I should be able to at least start something up. And I started getting people helping me out on it.
Okay.
yeah.
And it has basically grown exponentially from there.
Yeah, pretty much.
It has rapidly spiraled out of control.
Well, that's a good thing with ponies.
As far as I know, I mean, to the best of my knowledge, you came up with the engine first, right?
Yeah, I started programming the engine by myself, and I think it was maybe a month and a half ago. We got somebody who's a lot more competent than I am at engine programming with a pretty much finished engine, and so he took that part over for me.
Very cool.
Yeah, and then the story, as I mentioned earlier, the story came from a fellow named Rowan, and as far as I know, Time, you actually held sort of a competition for submitting your ideas.
Yeah, we were hosting a competition for what would the story be for the game, since we had the engine, but back then it was still my engine, and got in so many submissions. I think it was over like 50 to 100, something like that, and read a lot of those, and some of them were really silly and sad, but we got this one entry that was so ridiculously long. I think it was, 36 pages long?
Something like that. The full summary of the whole thing, yeah. It was.
Yeah, and I couldn't even read it all in one sitting. But sitting there and reading through the first bit of it, I could tell, and Patrick could tell pretty quickly how good it was, and that it would be what we were going to use.
Yeah, it was hands down the best submission we got.
Yeah. And from there, it's just sort of been a process of adding animators and artists and programmers and writers like me, and voice actors and actresses and voice acting supervisors and
pretty much. And we've got just about everybody we need at the moment, and trying to move things along, get certain things out of the way before we can jump into others. Like we can't do voice acting until we've got some of the lip syncing done, or whichever way you want to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I was looking at y'all's YouTube channel and hadn't really seen a lot of activity since July 25th. So I figured that now that y'all are on the show, this would give it a good opportunity to remind people that you are still active and still doing stuff.
Yeah, we are still live.
Yep. We just haven't made a video in a while.
We're actually going to bust out with a pretty interesting announcement pretty soon.
Very good.
Perhaps right now.
You go ahead and...
My body is ready.
Okay, so over the past few months, we've collected this pretty sizable, original library of, animations and props and levels and whatnot. In addition to this just amazing engine. Actually, I probably should have sent over a sample to you beforehand, but I completely forgot. So we decided that the best thing we can do right now is, give back to the community. So what we're planning on doing is actually taking a lot of the engine and the props and whatnot and just giving them away to whoever wants to, so that we can start seeing some fan games coming out.
Nice. So you're going to kind of open source it a bit.
Yeah, it was always planned to be open source, but what we're going to do now is release some of the props and animations and things so other people can start off with, a good foot in the door.
Yeah, having those assets there will really simplify the process for anyone else who wants to make a pony game.
Yeah, and we're still working on ours, pretty much busting our butts.
Yeah. Because, that would be really cool. You finish this game, and then, by the way, here's a whole construction kit. There you go.
Make your own,
game
kids.
And make your own.
We don't expect we don't expect everyone to go through and, spend 16 hours animating Celestia's hair or whatever.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. How's that going, by the way, Patrick?
Oh, God. I don't want to talk about it.
There are so many really good fan game projects out there that are coming up, and I mean, some of them are actually done and out. I mean, obviously, there's everyone here has probably played the Story of the Blanks, which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, there's Fighting is Magic, and I've heard of probably half a dozen more through Equestria Daily that I really want to see them all, and we're not in competition with any of these games. We're not out to say, we're the best pony game out there. We just want to see more pony. I think everyone wants to just see more pony games and more pony awesome. I mean, we are the best game. I'll just say that anyway. But
if we're not the best, we're certainly the longest with the most gameplay.
A little bit of ego is good. Well, plus also you're doing games that Hasbro probably wouldn't make on their own. So,
right.
Yeah.
Fighting is Magic.
Yeah.
They would never make that.
Silent Ponyville.
Fiends from Dream Valley. I mean, it's a side-scrolling adventure platformer, but again, that's probably not what they would make. I mean, if you've looked,
stupid hub world thing that they ended up coming out with.
Well, a little bit ago, Bandpuffs, the host who hosted a bunch of Your Beat stuff on YouTube, went through and played one of the G3 Game Boy Advance titles, and Sweet Celestia was it horrid. And I mean, lowest common denominator, you have to be in a coma to not be able to play this game, and it looked just completely unpleasant to play. So I mean, obviously what the fan community is going to come out with is going to be a little higher up, I think, than anything that Hasbro would produce on their own right now.
Yeah. Although it's kind of a weird situation for fan creators. I mean, this is a pretty general topic, so I'm going to have to speak pretty generally. But the thing is that as a fan, obviously you want to kind of recreate as much of the stuff about the show that you love as possible. I mean, and there are parts of the show that I love that I know other people aren't going to enjoy as much. If I had my druthers, yes, My Little Pony would basically be the Rarity show, with Rarity solving mysteries and Fluttershy as her partner, just driving around the country in a Mack truck or something. That would be my show. But that's not what My Little Pony is, and I know other people enjoy other parts of it. Obviously, other people have different favorite characters and things like that. And so it behooves us. It behooves us to create a game that is as close as possible to the full experience of the show, that has that same, the attention to all 6 of the main characters, that this level of understanding where it is for kids, but it's not pandering to kids. It's not, kids are dumb. It's that kids are just sort of ignorant in the sense that they don't have as much experience, they don't have as much worldly wisdom or whatever. And you want to make this game that is at that same level and is as much like the original as you can. Obviously, this is just in the terms of dialogue and story. In terms of gameplay, there's nothing to compare it to, so we can do whatever we want. Mm-hmm. But yeah, as a fan creation, it's such a temptation to just basically write your favorite thing ever over and over again. Writing Cider for Success 16 times on the page, and then my work here is done. But that's not what everyone wants, and that's not what would be a good game. So. Sorry, a little bit rambly and a little bit self-indulgent, but
that's all right.
Well, I mean, the OC stuff and the Mary Jane and the Mary Sue, excuse me, it gets really awful. Good fan fiction is pretty good. Bad fan fiction is just one of the worst things. Yeah.
Well, I mean, and that's been the case since the 60s when, they first really started existing.
Oh, sure, yeah. No, that's always been the case with fanfic, is that as good as the good stuff is, the bad stuff is just abominable. And I mean, yeah, and the very first Mary Sue, the name Mary Sue, that was a parody of that terrible trope, which is already in existence by the 60s. So
yeah.
Which
is why we here can be really grateful to Midnight Shadow and all of the pre-readers at Equestria Daily who help protect us
from the scourge,
from the scourge of less than stellar fanfic.
Oh yeah, that is a thankless job right there. But I'm glad they're doing it.
The sword that defends the realm of man.
There we go.
That's good. So what else can we say about our game? What else can we say about Fiends that isn't too spoilery or too promising too much?
Like 2 months ago, y'all posted a thing that y'all actually had a bunch of people voice acting. You've got people that do sound-alikes. Want to talk about that?
I kind of want to hold on to that till the one cool thing segment, because I have kind of, I don't know if I can announce this, but I can certainly hint at it heavily.
Okay.
Yeah, let's talk about the voice actors.
Yeah, they're pretty good, I have to say.
Yeah, that's Yamino. I really wish we had Yamino here on this chat to talk about this, because now, you want to talk about thankless jobs? That is difficult, because I know she had an insane amount of submissions from every single voice, and she basically had to split it up between male and female just because she had so many different. Just because she had so many submissions. So it's Yamino and actually her email account got marked as a spam server. That's right. Yeah,
Really?
it's getting so much. Yeah. So we've had to take on another voice supervisor just to be able to handle that. So what that means is
actually the voice of Rainbow Dash.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because she's handling.
Yep.
But what that means is we have a lot of really good people to choose from. And not just obviously in the sound-alikes department, not just in people who can do Rainbow Dash or who can do Applejack, but also for those characters who aren't officially G4 characters, or however we want to talk about it.
Yeah, male characters.
Yeah,
Really don't know the names of the people.
Yeah, exactly. There we have our pick of not pick of the litter. Well, pick of the litter. Yeah, let's call it that. Except ponies don't have litters. I should choose for like a pony-related metaphor. Anyway.
What do they call a group of ponies?
Well, herd is, I wonder if there's one thing for younger horses. Anyway, so point is, yes, we have a lot of great voice actors, and we are, how much can we talk about the process time? Like, how much can we say about where we are?
Just whatever you want to say is fine, I'm sure.
Well, we're going to be starting some test scenes essentially very shortly. I don't think any of them are going to be able to be shared with the public just yet. But yeah, sorry. But rest assured, things are actually happening. Like that's the point I want to make here.
Yeah. Well, as far as spoiler goes, we have to draw this line between, we really want to show everything, but people, honestly, they don't want to get stuff spoiled for them. Like, as much as they'll go online and read the entire synopsis 10 months before it comes out, they really don't want it spoiled for them.
Yeah, that's... It's the same as with the show, because as much as I did watch the clips on Wired and the other really short clips, but I didn't want to know too much about what exactly is going to be happening in that first episode.
And the first episode actually gave us a couple minor ideas for things that we might have thought were a little bit out there, or we couldn't really do, have suddenly become viable.
I have to warn you, I haven't actually seen it yet, so no spoilers.
I'm not going to spoil it. I promise.
Thank you. And I will, if we are going to talk about it, I can sign off, because I don't want it spoiled,
No spoilers. But
okay.
On the
Snape kills Dumbledore. Sorry.
God damn it! And Rosebud's his sled, right?
Yeah.
Leia's his sister.
Soylent Green is made out of people.
What you call a group of ponies.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, time looked this up. Yeah, what is it? You call a group of ponies?
It's a string. You call a group of ponies.
Yeah, a string of ponies, yeah.
Yep.
English is weird.
So what else can we say about the game? The engine is great. The levels are looking good. The voice acting is...
We kept too much from you guys, and you guys should be really mad at us.
Yeah.
We've been really lazy about updating.
Yeah. If it looks like we haven't been doing anything, we have. We just have forgot to tell you about it.
But, that's going to make it where when we give you guys an update video or whatever, you're going to see some major improvements.
Oh, no question.
Yep. Well, I mean, that was sort of the whole point, is like getting you guys on, let people know that, hey, you are still alive, because so often these fan projects, they get started, they look really good, and then they fall into a pit and die.
No, that's not going to happen. I was the one to start this is the very first project that was ever started for a video game.
Yep.
For My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, and it will be completed, I promise.
You can't see her because she's pounding her shoe on the table, Gorbachev style.
That is right.
She will complete it, or she will bury us.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, there's we can't say enough how committed we are to getting this project good, to getting this project out and making sure it is the quality that you've come to expect from the videos we show and so forth.
From random people on the internet.
Hey,
exactly.
You know, and that's great, though. I mean, it's good to know that y'all are still going full speed ahead on this, because it looks really good, and I look forward to seeing more from y'all.
Yeah. And hey, I got to get this done. I mean, I consider this my audition for writing for the show, so I have to get it done. Just kidding.
Well, that's the thing. You know, one of the things about this show is that, as we discussed with Sibsy and Raven on the marathon, there are people that have been started fans on the show that are now working for the show.
Yeah, one of our artists is actually in the studio working alongside them.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not too far outside the realm of possibility, if you do a good enough job, that, hey, they might pick you up.
Yeah, Lauren, if you're listening, right now, hire me. I'm here.
Interesting side note. I was going to intern at a game studio in Germany, because I'm in Germany right now. It fell through, but one of the reasons I got the internship was because the lead art director was a Brony. True story.
Very cool.
Nice.
Story, bro.
It's like, hey, you get to know some people, and you never know when those connections will pop up.
I can't wait. Yeah. There's got to be the Bronies have to come up with some sort of secret sign that we can use, or we don't have to tell anyone else what we're talking about. I mean, like the bro hoof, kind of, but that's not like that. Just looks like a fist bump to anyone else. There's got to be some Brony specific like.
I walk around with my cutie mark pens on all over my shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's not bad. I should try that.
Yeah, I've got my Rainbow Dash cutie mark on my shirt. Everything.
Yeah, I have one of those pins myself. I also have a Rainbow Dash keychain.
Oh, nice.
And I have a vinyl on the back of my car that is Rainbow Dash with a cutie mark.
I should do that, yeah.
Yeah. Look at me.
Rainbow
like ponies. Deal with
it. It was the wallpaper on my phone for a while. It was a rarity thing, but I don't know. I should get like an actual skin. I've got an Android. I should find an Android skin that's got rarity on it or something.
Well, speaking of phones, I mean, on mine, like the lock screen is Dash's cutie mark.
There we go.
The background page is Celestia raising the sun from Cutie Mark Chronicles, and on the back, because I have an older iPhone 3GS, the Apple sticker is all scratched up. So I got one of those little Rainbow Dash cutie mark stickers from.
Oh, nice.
Stuck it over that and put the case on it, so I now have a Dash phone. So I wonder what my favorite pony is.
There's nothing wrong with liking Rainbow Dash. Rainbow Dash is, like I said, I mean, Rainbow Dash they're all solid characters, and Rainbow Dash, her whole thing in Sonic Rainbow, where she's basically slowly freaking out and going nuts over the fact that she has to do the Sonic Rainbow. Oh, I love that part. I love that episode.
So, is there anything else you guys wanted to add about the project?
Give us your money.
Yeah, I'm not getting paid for this, by the way. I'm working full time.
Yeah, neither am I.
This whole project is completely on our spare time with, all of our hard work, and nobody gets paid. It's all for the love of ponies.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of how this podcast works, too.
And I'm pretty sure, I mean, I don't want to speak out of turn, but I'm pretty sure the game release will be free.
Yeah,
so
it has to be free, actually.
Yeah, though you're right. Of course, we can't make money, copyright, all that stuff. So yeah, so it's not like we're going to be making no one's going to be making anything off of this project.
You can always have your PayPal donation button. There you go.
Oh yeah.
Well, some people might get a couple new girlfriends or boyfriends over this.
That's true. Yeah, has there been a pony dating service yet? Like a Brony dating service, I mean?
That would be a little creepy to me.
Probably.
I was about to say, I can understand that too.
Like,
yes, I'm part of an internet community that loves ponies. Would you like to date me?
We can also plug our site. It's not completely up yet to the public, but it's a work in progress. As it wasn't quite necessary for the actual game to be developed, but it's something to show the fans that we have fans. Yeah, we have.
Sure, you'll just add that into the show notes if you'd like.
Yeah.
And, of course, say it on air.
Oh, yeah. Well, time is it's a Dream Valley game, right?
Yeah, dreamvalleygame.com.
Yeah, all one word. Dream Valley Game. And yeah, there's nothing much up yet. Let's be clear on that. Yet.
Yeah, but soon.
Very
soon.
All right.
But fun.
Actually, just now, I'm going to... Patrick, do you think that poster is finished enough where I can replace the old poster, the sketchy one, with the new one?
Oh, yeah.
It's the one that's going on the one cool thing that I'll bring up in a bit, so it's good enough for that.
All right, yeah, I'll put it up then, and then those that are listening, whatever, they can go there and they'll see it by then.
Very cool.
Thumbs up.
And of course, this episode doesn't go until Wednesday, so you have a few days.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, we're going to go off to the one cool thing, where we talk about one cool thing that we saw this week related to the fandom. Mine this week is Jet Set Ponyo by Snivian Moon. Did any of you ever play Jet Set Radio on a Dreamcast?
No, but I've seen it played, and it's a phenomenal game. I know that much.
Oh, man, the Dreamcast blast from the past.
Yeah. I was actually super lucky. I picked one up for $3 at a garage sale the other day. I was thrilled.
Oh, wow.
Because I had one back in the day. It got stolen. Bad stuff. But this right here, this video, this guy, I'm going to assume that he's doing it on the Dreamcast. I mean, I could be completely wrong.
He's doing it on emulator. I watched the video. Yeah, but he says it would work on Dreamcast.
Yeah, I'm just saying that the process for making new sprays in that game was so obtuse and terrible that he had a great amount of dedication to get those images in there. Unless he just hacked them in. But
yeah, putting ponies in there. I mean, this is beyond the level of dedication of just like uploading a spray to TF2 or whatever. It's pretty cool. it's pretty awesome. What am I next for one cool thing? Because I got to say,
yeah,
you've got some stuff.
The only thing I can say is something that I know pretty much everyone and their mother in the fandom has already known, which is that DJ Alex is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's he. I actually don't know. He put up the Party with Pinky song, the glitch step remix of the Party with Pinky. That's pretty great. And I have that blasting in my car every time I drive down to work, and it's phenomenal. So everyone else knows about it, but that doesn't make it any less cool.
He also did that remix of that one radio host, the Ghost or whatever.
Oh, that thing! I didn't actually listen to that. Yeah. I wasn't quite sure what it was.
He was just trolling some random guy on the internet.
Yeah, he's his character.
Yeah, Ghost is a fun guy.
Tom, you got a cool thing, or Patrick?
Yeah, well, on campus, my room air conditioning is broken, so I've been having to sit there in the hot room, and I finally figured a way to make it about 20% cooler.
Oh!
Yeah, I got a bunch of fans and tape pony stickers all over them.
There you go.
That was good. That was a good time.
Yeah, thank you.
Yamano, who's not here, actually linked a few things.
Oh, yeah.
The Friendship Time fan art.
Oh, that was so good.
Done by him. Or her. Oh, wow. Try and Spike.
I believe you can get this as a shirt, actually.
No,
I highly recommend you get that.
It has been copyright blocked, or whatever you want to say. She had them up for all of like 3 days, and then Hasbro or Cartoon Network or someone said no dice. So those very few people who ordered those shirts, you're getting them, but nobody else. It's awesome. It's a Pony Adventure Time mashup, and I got to say, Pony and Adventure Time, I mean, right now they're the two best animated shows on television, hands down.
Yeah.
And I love that, you can love them both. And Yamino originally wasn't even interested in Adventure Time, but she finally kind of gave it a chance and has since become a fan of that too. So I'm really happy that she loved it enough to do this great mashup. And so, the original art you can still see. You can still see the original art of Adventure Time if you go to Yamino's DeviantArt page, but you can't buy the shirt. That's the only thing.
Wow. Huh. So this is going to sound kind of bad, but it's like, oh, that Yamino, wow. I'm like, oh, wow, I didn't know who that was because I'm terrible, but that's awesome.
No, but it is. It's that Yamino. It's sexy webcomic goddess Elena Barbaric, something like that. Not actually sure, but she's awesome.
That's right.
Yeah, we should probably plug her webcomic regardless.
Oh yeah, her webcomic sister Claire. That's Claire like Claire, which is hilarious and awesome, and has had a couple pony references. A couple. She's had a lot of pony references. What am I talking about?
Yes.
And is just a phenomenal artist in every way, shape, and form. And she is also doing a phenomenal job with the voice acting supervision and the voice acting herself. She's doing Fluttershy, I believe.
Very cool. Yeah, because she's done a lot of the pony stuff that I've seen.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, this artist.
Yep, it's that artist. It's that Yamino. She is that great in every way. I really wish we could have had her on so she could talk about it. But yeah, she's phenomenal. Just no getting around it.
Perhaps another time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Wagoner Cartoons, she also links. And then, of course, PB and Flash.
Okay. I'm not sure if I can go public with this. I kind of wish we could edit it one way or another, but I'll err on the safe side. Let me just say that Revisions 3 and Screw Attack are going to feature a show that is extensively about ponies and actually features one of the voice actors from this game. Oh. So you should definitely look forward to that.
Very cool.
Yeah. It's going to be awesome.
Fantastic stuff, guys. All right. Well, do you have anything else?
Keep watching ponies.
Yeah, I thought she was trying to say something. Well, she's going to do Rainbow Dash so awesome, but that's okay.
No, I failed.
No.
Well, on that note, thank you guys very much for coming on the show. Hopefully this will get a nice bump in the interest for y'all and get people looking at your site.
Yeah, thank you for giving us this forum to talk about it, because it's really people think we're dead, I think.
Yeah, well,
and we're not. Believe me, we're not.
Well, this is going to go out to a lot of ears to reassure people that you are not, in fact, dead. Once again, thank you much. Find y'all at dreamvalleygame.com. As for Bronyville, we can find us at our website at bronyshow.com. You can email us at bronyville@gmail.com. We're on Twitter at Bronyville, and my personal one, Chef Sandy. And contact us, email us. We're always happy.
Leave a review on iTunes.
Leave a review on iTunes, because we're up there. And I know people have been leaving us reviews on the international iTunes too, which is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Other than that, thank you for coming, and hope you enjoy the show, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Yeah, I'll be there. Not really. Bye.
Shoo-be-doo, shoop-shoop-be-doo. Call upon the sea ponies when you're in distress. Wow! Helpful as can be, ponies simply sing no less or less. If you find a cast adrift and haven't gone below, count upon the sea ponies, they'll see you to shore. Shoo-be-doo, shoop-shoop-be-doo. Are you sinking fast? Get some nasty shots. Feeling like all hope is gone and washed up all the rocks. Washed up all the rocks. Shoo-be-doo, shoop-shoop-be-doo. Call upon the sea ponies when you're in distress. Helpful as can be, ponies simply sing no less or less. If your rider rides upon the seaweed gossip, yeah, count upon the sea ponies, they'll see you. Yeah, see all these sea ponies. Just call.
Thanks, sea ponies.
Shooby-doo, shoop, shoopy-doo.